Liberty Unfiltered, and here's your host, Steve Long. This is Liberty Unfiltered, and here's your host, Steve Long.
Hey folks, it is Liberty Unfiltered. I'm your host Steve Long, and we are on Vigilant Liberty Radio. We're also streaming over on 98talk.com and the Spark Radio Network. Joining me tonight is the host of Edge of Anarchy, Amanda McCallister. How's it going, Amanda?
Not too bad. And yourself, Steve?
Doing good, Staying busy and trying to not be sick anymore. So, the main theme of our show, for the most part, we're going to kind of take a break from politics, and we're going to talk about TV shows. But we are going to do a little bit of politics, current event type stuff before we jump into all that. Any stories caught your eye this week, Amanda?
Any stories caught my eye? Not really, honestly. Well, actually, did you see the poop check story out of Texas?
I did not. I did hear something about a poop gangster. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So there's two crazy school stories this week. The first, I think they were third graders, were in a gymnasium, and one of the teachers found feces on the gym floor and told the students to line up for a poop check. They were going to check the students for poop.
Oh, that's right.
And parents were infuriated. I would have been. I would have taken those teachers out, man. You tell my kid to pull down your pants? Heck no.
Yeah, I think they'd be hearing from me. Get your hand out of my kid's pants.
How does that even work? Oh my gosh. And heaven help the poor kid who just didn't wipe well, yeah. And it wasn't them that pooped on the floor. They're being drug out, because they have a racing stripe in their pants or something.
Wow.
And in another school insanity story, a student was suspended for saying that he was going to bring the one ring of power to roll them all to school and make his friends disappear. I know. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are classic books. We had to read The Hobbit. Why is a child being punished for acting out that story? That is insane. And he was previously suspended for calling a black classmate black.
Okay.
He referred to a black classmate as black.
What are you
supposed
to call him?
Right. And he had a kid's encyclopedia who had a pregnant woman in it. And he was showing his teacher about the solar system, and the teacher suspended him because it had a picture of a pregnant woman in it.
Wow.
My kid would be homeschooled at this point.
I really wish I could do that with my kids. It'd be great. Here in Edmond, a 16-year-old boy was charged with a felony for possession, you ready for this?
Okay.
Of an airsoft rifle.
What?
Felony possession of a dangerous... I don't even remember what the charge was, but it was... Essentially, he was caught in a residential area with an airsoft rifle.
Where was this at?
Edmond, in the town that I live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma?
Yeah, Oklahoma.
What? in the series hell?
Exactly. I mean,
how does that happen in Oklahoma?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, people like their guns here in Oklahoma. Second of all, it's an airsoft rifle. It's not even a BB gun. It's a toy. And he's being charged with a felony. So, yeah, that's really ridiculous. However, on the bright side of things here in Oklahoma, the hoodie bill died in committee.
Not surprised.
It's not even going to get a vote. No, it's not surprising at all. The fact that it made it as far as it did, and it wasn't even the person who authored the bill that kind of pulled it. He didn't even do that. It was the chairman of the committee to which it was assigned that killed it. Like people, this guy that authored the bill, I got a feeling that people are going to remember his name forever. He is termed out after this next cycle, so he is not going to be around.
I saw a supposed conservative article where they're like, "Oh, libertarians are freaking out over this because they don't understand that this was just meant to ban, like, Ku Klux Klan hoodies." Well, wait, you're still telling people what to wear. If a bunch of people want to get together and put a bunch of hoodies on and act like complete imbeciles, then that's still their right, whether or not I agree with them, which I most certainly don't.
Right. Well, the guy who wrote it actually said that the reason he wrote it was because he was afraid of the protesters showing up at the Capitol with their Guy Fawkes masks.
Oh no, not a Guy Fawkes mask.
Yeah, he was afraid of those people. So, still, not a good reason to waste your time writing a bill when there are so many other things in Oklahoma that could be, fixed. How about legalizing marijuana? That would be a good one. There's not even a bill for it this session.
There's about 4 bills in Ohio that they're trying to get that they're either going to try to push through or just put them on the ballot. It looks like it's going to happen. I don't know whether or not it'll actually be legalized, but they're doing it in 2 separate parts. They're doing one for medicinal use, and then they're doing one for recreational use.
Yeah.
So it'll be funny to see which one goes through first and how they're going to go ahead and do that. And then there's another one saying that you can grow your own. You can have up to 2 or 3 plants or something along those lines. So a lot of flurry of activity with marijuana legalization in Ohio.
In Oklahoma, we can't even get it for medical.
We can't either in Ohio, but you can have up to a certain amount and pay a fine. It's decriminalized, but not as much as other places.
So, did you see any of the reports of how much marijuana sales have been, or how much they were in 2014?
No, I haven't.
$3 billion.
$3 billion. Wow.
And that's from Colorado, Washington, Alaska, and Oregon.
Wow.
So there's a lot of money in it, and
oh yeah,
I think this is going to be another angle that we can hit the conservatives with, at least to explain another reason why it should be legalized if they consider themselves fiscally conservative.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just obvious growth potential in it. I mean, you're talking about the first year, essentially, that it was legal. That they've started, there's $3 billion in legal sales. That's crazy. But
even if they decriminalize it and completely make it legal for medical use,
right,
that in and of itself, I mean, the paraphernalia trying to infuse it into foods or pop. I think you can put it in pop now in Colorado for medicinal use, or you might even for recreational use. Just cashing in on the culture, the paraphernalia. I mean, it's a gold mine.
Yeah.
Even on top of the crop itself.
Yeah, in the chat room, Boston Randy says a lot of money and a lot of tax dollars.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. We'll see what happens in Ohio. I think it's got a good shot. I really do. I really do. I can't say, tell people how to vote one way or the other due to the nature of my job, but it's there. The support for it certainly is there.
I was reading something this morning, and now I can't remember where I found it. I think it may have been an article I found on Facebook, and where I found it escapes me right now. But there was some report that Colorado made so much money, like the state of Colorado made so much money in tax revenue that they have enough to issue like tax credits. Like give people money back based off of kind of like I don't know. I used to live in Alaska, and the state of Alaska makes so much money in like profits from oil refineries and that sort of thing, that if you are a resident of the state of Alaska, every year you get like this check just for living there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like, in Colorado, if you live in Colorado, sounds like you're going to get a check because they've made so much money off tax revenue.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to have to look up. I know I saw it this morning. Now I can't remember where I saw it. But it would be interesting if that is true. I mean, it's interesting on one hand that they're making that much money off of it, but also interesting on the hand that the government's actually going to bother giving people their money back.
I already got my tax return.
I have not filed yet.
I got my federal one back. I'm still waiting for my state one. The state of Ohio sent a letter this year saying that they were going to be delayed in an effort to minimize fraud. They were really going to go into it. I don't know what that means. It's like, listen, I work for you people. You know how much I made.
Yeah.
You're the ones who gave me the damn money, and now I got to tell you how much you gave me.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute. Doesn't the NSA and the IRS work together anyway? Why can't you just tell them what I make? I always get it all back anyway. I make so little money that I guess they feel bad for me.
I don't.
Oh, man. Well, those are all the current events that I know about. I guess we can go ahead and jump into our main topic. TV, which I want to put a disclaimer out before we start talking about this. It's very ironic for us to be doing an episode about TV shows when neither one of us really watch much TV.
It's hard as a libertarian.
Yeah.
Because everything's all pro-government, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. There are a few shows that are worth watching though. What have you been watching lately, Amanda?
Watching lately?
Yeah.
I finished the first season of Salem, which I love. It's a chick show. It is totally a chick show, so just warning you.
I don't think I've heard of that.
It's a show about, obviously, Salem, Massachusetts, and it assumes that there were actually witches there causing trouble, but they were doing it for political gain.
There we go. I just put a wiki link to it in the chat room if you're interested. Fictional story of the infamous Salem witch trials.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's a different